Are you purchasing these 1050s without Kanye West? Yes, if you guys haven't heard the news by now, if you've been living under a rock, Adidas will continue to sell Kanye's shoe designs without the Yeezy name. Without Kanye West. This follows his, Adidas canceling their partnership. And on this channel, I just want to talk about the fact that he signed a ridiculously bad deal and why more people aren't talking about this. Here's my issue with Mr. Kanye West right now. Yeah, I'm back in DC. Back in DC, guys. But here's my issue with Kanye West. He branded himself as this billionaire. We talk about influencer marketing and how influencers are the new billionaires. Kanye West, Rihanna, all these people, but they got there through partnerships. Yes, it would take them forever to figure out how to do this from scratch themselves. But it looks like, even though they packaged it, or Kanye specifically, he's packaged it like he's the one that owns Yeezy, and Yeezy is this $1 billion brand, he ends up signing the most stupid, ridiculous deal with Adidas, giving them the rights to his IP. It's the same deal that musicians sign when they go to a record label. They give away their IP, their masters, for whatever, and then they get royalties on their music. It's the same deal. And you would think better of Kanye because he is a record label owner. He understands the exploitation of the industry. You would think better of him. But he went and signed the same. He went and signed the same deal that every musician is insulted, berated for signing. Why would you go and do that? And then you boast that you're a billionaire. And then you bite the hand that feeds you. It just gets worse. And you know what? I'm going to tell you the truth, right? I saw these shoes. They're fire, man. When I first saw this, I was appalled. I was disgusted. I was like, absolutely not. I'm not supporting this. I will not. And then I saw these shoes and I was like, damn. Imagine this in like black. This is so fire. Man, I'm going to have to get them. And the funny thing is, I've never even bought Yeezys before. I've never even bought them before. I don't own a pair. But this is so me. And I'm sorry, Kanye, you signed a bad deal. You signed a terrible deal. Okay, let's read this few articles here. CNN, right? Oh, man. So, Adidas ended its sneaker partnership with EA, formerly known as Kanye West, last month after the musician's anti-Semitic tirade. But Adidas will continue to sell the lucrative sneaker and apparel line, stripping off the Yeezy name and branding. The company said it's the sole owner of all Yeezy line design rights for both existing and future colors and variations. Selling the sneaker under Adidas owned branding, selling the sneakers under Adidas's own branding will save the company about $300 million in royalty payments to the marketing fees. Going forward, we will leverage the existing inventory with the exact plans being developed as we speak. Adidas finance. Okay, so here's the thing. This is the very thing that Kanye West was complaining about when he was saying the Jewish people. And they really didn't, not only did they, well, these are not Jewish people. He was attacking, I mean, you signed a bad deal. Don't blame Jews. Don't blame blacks. Don't blame anyone but yourself. You signed a bad deal. You've consistently signed bad deals throughout your career, right? And then you complain about it. You insult Jewish people who did absolutely nothing to you, but invested in your business, helped you grow. I don't even want to get into the racial conversation, but you did all this. And then you signed this horrific deal. So here's the part that I have an issue with. And I think Kanye West should sue Adidas. He should just do it. He should do it. Just do it just because he can. Right. They probably will win that lawsuit, but he should still do it. He should absolutely sue them, because that was not the intention. It's just so sad. It makes sense. Look, they make, I think Adidas represents, or the Yeezy represents about 10% of their annual revenue. And they would have a massive loss without Yeezy. So it's a great business decision to continue to sell it. But even better now, they get to use his designs and completely wipe him out. But here's where they fail, because it's the innovation. Yes, you guys have one season of Yeezys, and you could innovate and you could do some crazy, amazing things. But what happens after that season? Because Kanye is going to go off and do his own thing. So this is a short-term plan that's going to help them out. And I think what they're planning to do is probably find new creatives to work with to recreate their business model, to create something as substantial as these beautiful shoes. Now, one thing that I found interesting is the fact that Adidas is also partnering right now with Balenciaga. They have this interesting campaign. Let me find it. Balenciaga. And this is all Kanye West's influence. This is all Mr. Kanye West. This Adidas Balenciaga collaboration. Obviously, he's not going to get any royalties from it. He's not going to get any sales from it. But this is all him. His name is all over this. His name is all over this. He packaged this thing, and it's quite shameful to me that they have used, like, what I mean by this is all Kanye is Kanye made Adidas cool. That's hands down. Yes, we know that. Balenciaga has always been cool, but he made it popular in a mainstream kind of way. Like, Balenciaga it's always been a dope brand, but you're not going to think of Balenciaga when there's LV, Chanel, and all these other luxury brands. You're not going to think about Balenciaga. But because of Kanye and Kim's partnership with them starting last fall, and them always wearing Balenciaga, being the face of Balenciaga for the past year, they made Balenciaga mainstream the same way that the Kardashians made Balmain or Balmain. They made it popular a few years ago. They made it like it was always a brand that was established and known, but they added that celebrity factor, that those brand endorsements, partnership that really pushed it in a different way. Now with Balenciaga and Adidas, these are two Kanye West brands. So they're leveraging Kanye's coolness. They're leveraging the fact that Kanye promoted this, and they're using it, they're selling with it. These are some really great clothes. It's really unfortunate. The only lesson that I have here, the only thing I want to point out here is ownership. And I talk about this all the time on this channel. Ownership. Own your shit. Own your shit. Seriously, like, I think it's disgraceful that Kanye signed the deal that he signed, and he went around town screaming that he's a billionaire. Then he also bit the hand that fed him. Make that make sense for me, please. Just really disgusting. And it is what it is. Like, the only lesson here is don't make bad deals. Partnerships are very important. Partnerships, especially in this case, help you. Partnerships help you push your way into the future. But I think the amount of power that Kanye possessed with Adidas, he could have renegotiated that deal and owned the IP himself. That, I think if anybody is doing anything in the future, do not give away your IP. That's the most important thing. Do not give away your IP. Because now they're going to use Kanye. They're going to still sell his shoes without his name, just add insult to injury. And sure, they're not necessarily going to be popular after the fact, but these shoes are crazy. They're going to sell out. I'm going to buy. I never bought Yeezys before. I'm going to buy this. And Kanye definitely can recover. I do believe that he probably will recover. He will probably get good partnerships and own Yeezy himself and sell it himself. But is it going to be able to be distributed at the scale that Adidas can do it? I don't think so. Maybe so. Maybe we'll have to see. Because when you look at all these partnerships, the only person that actually did it organically is probably Kylie Jenner, right? And she didn't become a billionaire overnight, even though she claimed to have been. But you look at Rihanna, she's partnered with Sephora and LVMH. You look at all these people, they're partnered with these established entities. I don't know if Skims has partnered with anyone or Chloe has partnered with anyone. Partnerships speed up the process. You know, you go to people that own the infrastructure, but when you go into these partnership deals, it's so important that if you reserve anything, it is your IP, to avoid situations like this. It's even worth it to even take less money in your royalties. Well, you wouldn't have royalties, you'd have IP ownership, but it's even more important for you to take less money and own that IP, because when you own the IP, you can take your stuff and you can go anywhere. So Kanye's gonna have to figure out what to do now. He should sue them just because. I don't know what grounds he has in court. Please, if you're a lawyer, please leave a comment down below. I mean, maybe it's not the IP, but the cultural phenomenon, the cultural impact of the shoe that he can sue them for stealing, or their false intentions, or there's definitely something he can sue them over, and he probably will sue them, and they know that, and they can afford it. They're going to make a crazy amount of money, and he doesn't have money. Everyone's attacking all the money he has left, so he doesn't have that much money to leverage this. But I think it's important out of principle that he sues them. I think this is a teachable moment for every creative in the world, no matter what industry you are. Number one, own your IP. Own your IP. And don't be disrespectful. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Yeah. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, all the above. Yes, I'm back in DC, back in the States. Here I am. And I'll see you next time. A peace and stream.